Yep, still. Sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
You're giving me a very stern look. It makes me feel pressured.
If I'd known it was that easy, I'd have got you to buy lunch last night. Right then, let's head into game number 2. Can Immortals wrap things up and claim a place in the semi-finals on day number 1? Let's find out as we head back to our commentary team of Blitz and Capitalist.
Going into game number 2 now of Immortals versus LGD. Immortals leading up 1-0, and they've thrown us a bit of a curveball in the draft, even so much so that we weren't quite sure about the lanes until they finally locked in who's playing what. A last pick OD. Blitz Dota, you were pretty excited about the turn of events in the draft. It wasn't what you suggested, nor the panel. You both agreed that Necrophos or Monkey King would have been the best safe lane hero for them. Instead, we're going to have a QOOD.
I felt like they just needed a little bit more of a frontlining team fighter. But, because who picks OD nowadays?
Yeah.
God, I predicted a lot of things today, but not this one.
But not this one.
The Bat Rider, remember that?
Yep.
But not this
come
one.
on. Everyone was calling the Bat Rider, William.
No.
You don't get points for that.
False. My sister didn't know.
That's true. She doesn't know jack about Dota. I'm not even sure if she knows that Bat Rider is a hero.
Hey, come on now.
But yeah, they still had versatility in lanes, right? Up until that last pick, they could have done Jakiro off lane. They could have done Jakiro safe lane. They could have done Puck off lane. They could have done Puck mid. Yeah. It all wraps together with safe lane OD, something nobody was really looking for. Is it a win, though?
Oh, for Immortals? You want to know about who wins what? Yeah, it's pretty good.
Why? Why is it a good OD game?
Because he's just nice against Ember. Like, he kind of obliterates his hero. He's nice against all these heroes. It's because you get to just, like, drain, even if you have that Flame Guard on. And OD, like, versus Pitlord, Pitlord's so fat. You just, like, you just make him stupid. You just, like, keep hitting him until he loses like the 3rd grade or something.
So all these damage mitigation spells, let's say, between Cold Embrace, Pitlord's Atrophy Aura, and Spell Shield from the Ember Spirit, all going to be completely well dealt with by the OD and his Pure Orb.
OD IDCs about all these spells. And plus he has good frontliners. And the best part about this, like the only reason it can work is because they have a Wisp. Dude, MP's getting kind of handled right now mid. His decision not to go for Phase Shift level 1 has really made him struggle.
You usually go Phase Shift against Maranas?
Well,
the back and forth harassment war.
But the idea is as follows. It's like whoever shoves the lane in gets to have the advantage in harassment. That's always how Dota's been.
Sure.
So you get to shove the wave in and then you just right click the enemy mid hero. But if you probably they didn't catch it, but the Marana instantly enters the lane, shoots an arrow out. That was like a win-win arrow. Like you love those as a Marana. Either you catch the range creep and you push in the lane, or you hit the enemy hero and you get to harass a little bit more. And because he didn't get Phase Shift, he dodges it, but then he just got hit in the wave like 4 times in a row, and this happens.
Yeah. So the idea of the orb pushing out the lane doesn't really work for him when arrow just
maybe it was just faster.
Creep wave.
Yeah, maybe it was just a lot faster about it.
Yeah.
Like I love mids and stuff like that. It's so cool.
Bottom lane, it's not going to be real fun for FY, going up against an Outworld Devourer.
Yeah, I wonder why they took the OD though. Kind of my.
I mean, we talked about all those other things. Like Monkey King, Necrophos, those heroes still had problems, right? Necrophos would have a problem with Ember Spirit, and then Monkey King would have a problem with Winter Wyvern.
Yeah.
Here, OD doesn't have any
OD's
real
good.
problems, right?
Even if you Cold Embrace somebody, he doesn't really care.
And just more time for intelligence, baby.
Exactly.
Get to drop that bomb.
But early game definitely favoring LGD, just because they played the lanes really well. Like, Paylord's got 14 CS, what? Marana's crushing MP right now. Like, as a puck, you don't want to have to use Orb defensively, and he's already got Aquila.
Top lane is not the easiest for Immortals either. Dubu is going to be able to charge himself away, so he won't be the first blood.
We Dubu.
And the lane is going to push into our Jakiro, but you can see the Underlord is doing a lot against this OD. But it is the best time to do well against an OD, right? Those first couple of levels before he has the constant orb spam.
Well, because level 1, your orb is pretty useless. Like, you kind of don't want to use it, in fact.
Yeah,
like, in a lot of ways, it just is kind of mana efficient. Like, Kyo's spamming it right now, but the only reason he gets to spam it is because of Wisp, which is what enables this hero in the first place. Like, I don't know if OD has a place in the game right now, like, as he currently is, because he has, like, some high ground problems and stuff like that, but, like, with a Wisp on your team, like, Wisp enables a lot of different heroes and a lot of different lane setups.
So is it just the survivability and attack speed, or is there anything else about the...
I mean, that's OD, or that's Wisp in a nutshell, man.
Oh, nice little double chain. That's a good setup. They're going to go for Forev here. Easy kill.
Super dead.
First blood goes to Q.
Yeah. I really like this, by the way, from LGD. Like, overall what they're doing is cool.
What, just the defensive tri-lane that they're doing?
Yeah, because I think China especially hates, like, having to, like, be forced into defensive tri-lanes.
They always...
2-1-2.
If they can, 2-1-2.
Yeah, and in a game like this, you can't really...
The foot race is won by FY! A double damage. Febby, somebody give him the link. Yeah, right, he's good.
Okay, they're going to make this turnaround, but I don't think you want to do this either, too.
Don't do it,
FY just wants to hit you, too. Like, get out of there, guys.
Spank him, FY. He's faster than him,
Everyone's come over.
Oh, my God. He
Everyone's
might just be able to get one of these kills.
my
He gets
lord.
one. Can he get the other one? He drops the extra damage.
He's got it.
He's
got it.
Oh, that was sick. Good work, FY. Double kill there. And gets a lot of damage on MP. He's going to have to pop the healing salve. You can see maybe he's already making his way over.
Guys, that was a DD Underlord. And he got a kill, so he just had like 10,000 damage.
Yeah, they had like no magic damage.
That was
He's got
crazy.
level 2 Atrophy Aura. Now, maybe in a slight bit of trouble. He still has the leap. No orb up for 4 seconds.
Yeah, that was ill-advised, to say the least. And yeah, we were talking about it, the decision to go for the safe lane, tri-lane. It's because their other lanes are going so well. Like, if the other lanes aren't going so well, maybe Yao feels forced into going bottom lane a little bit earlier. But he's like, wow, we're doing really well at top anyways, and our other 2 lanes don't need help. So what would be the point in me going up there?
Yeah.
Seems like you're right. You're a genius, Yao.
And now that our Underlord has gotten those kills, he's got a Soul Ring, so he doesn't really have to worry about any mana issues.
Oh,
Arrow
MP?
into a kill for MP. Yeah. Good setup there from LGD. Yao making his first nighttime rotation, and does manage to get level 3. Still holding on to that level just in case he needs the silence.
We're going to see the replay here again.
Look at FY. Sees Febby. Wham.
Gets the burn kill.
I love the
thought
fact
he was
that he
going to kill MP.
almost kills MP too.
Yeah, that was really close. And up at top.
Frev's dead. He's going to be dove behind the tier 1 tower. No one from Immortals can really rotate. Okay, go with the brace on Yao. It's going to slow things down a little bit.
Down.
Yeah, they're
Forev
going to have a really hard time killing Forev now. They're going to finally see him, but now Febby's here. Uh-oh, this is going to be a big turnaround, especially with the charge onto Yao. They're going to be able to slow him up even further. He's definitely dead. Next, 2 to 4. Immortals finally gets something on the board when it comes to this laning phase, because it has just been lose so far.
In last game we had mentioned, by the way, Cap, that you can't reasonably expect to win all 3 lanes. Well, LGD's kind of like, no, we can.
We're going to do it.
We're going to win all 3 lanes. And they did. And that is such a huge boon to your start. In Dota nowadays, you usually just like isolate somewhere and say, okay, this is where we're going to win no matter what happens in the rest of the game. Like, we have to win this lane. But so far that hasn't quite happened. And now they're going to start making more plays up at top. They grab a kill on QQQ and QO. Starting to catch up a little bit, but this Underlord is still doing extremely well.
I'm beginning to worry. This Underlord, with both a Soul Ring and Arcane Boots, you farm so quickly. Start getting the higher levels of...
What are you worried about, man?
I'm worried this guy's just going to get too big, too fast.
NA bias, typical.
I mean, I was cheering for FY getting the double kill, so...
That's true. Oh, Q
Here
at
comes
bottom.
a charge from Yao.
He is so dead.
He's going to try and save himself. That'll just lead into an arrow for maybe... Or not. Kind of misses that one. They still manage to get the nuke to finish him off, but MP with big coil tries to make them fight underneath his tier 1 tower, but doesn't really have the damage to kill any one person. Febby's here to help him out as well, and does actually have the extra spirits. So Yao tries to go for that kill, but ends up just dying in the process. And up at top lane.
They lose that tower.
Tower down. Dubu protecting Forev as he continues to push out back over to FY. Trying to get the TP out. He's good.
Okay, I just realized why Underlord's so annoying now in this game. I put it together. Because Puck versus Underlord is really annoying. You can't burst him down.
Yep.
On top of that, the pit makes it so that you can't phase shift either.
Get out, yeah.
Oh boy. That is a problem. Like normally Puck's advantage, if everyone in the world hasn't figured it out at this point, is that like yeah, you get to burst, but you get to repeatedly burst because he's so hard to kill that you can just refresh your combo like 3 times on somebody until they die. It's impossible to die. But when you have that pit, it's really annoying to play against.
And you're not even going to be able to burst anybody down in the first round for sure against an Underlord who's going to be building pretty fast pipe mech potentially. Guardian Greaves. There's going to be a lot of sustain on LGD, and it's just going to be hard for Immortals to be able to finish these heroes off.
Yeah, I think China, one of their really glaring issues is that they haven't been able to enable their offlaners. Like every game, it seems that their offlaner just gets like crushed. But this game is different. FY is getting a lot out of the offlane right now. That bottom.
Good pit timing there, right as Febby tries to
all
charge
here,
forward
though.
with QO to try and fight this one out, but maybe he's here with the extra bit of burst damage. He's going to lead forward, does manage to get the Starstorm out to finish off the OD. Now
Febby's
turns to
go down
Febby,
too.
who's going to get right-click down pretty easily. Last one up for Rev. If you can land the arrow, it's an easy kill. If not, it's going to be a whole lot harder to dive behind that tier 1 tower, but maybe he's apparently going to go for it. Trades probably about 3 times the amount of damage that he dealt to that twin-headed dragon, but it says worth it, I guess.
Yeah. Still getting those 2 kills. Like that's pretty much like he grabbed both of those by himself. Grabbed the OD and the Wisp, and his net worth is just shot up. He's 1k ahead of everyone. Of course, the team fights are really gonna be what determines things. But this is an OD that's quite underfarmed. Like this hero needs a lot. You need a Hurricane Pike to fight in a game like this, so that you can disengage off the silence in the pit. Probably need a Blink Dagger at some point too, to be able to have follow-up, so the Wisp can just sit behind and tether to you when you go in. Like this game right now is kind of complicated for Immortals, because in the last game, you could say that they definitively won at least 2 lanes. But in this game, it's like you kind of did okay in every lane, but you still sort of lost individually in every lane.
Yeah. Now, they got Forever his tower, but he needs to be a bigger impact in this game, and he's going to try and help get the kill on FY. FY does have his ultimate, though, so very unlikely they're ever going to be able to pull that one off. And now an Underlord. I love this fact that Underlord's just going to be able to stand in front of most of these Jakiro pushes. Obviously, he couldn't do it in lane, but now that we're moving outside of the laning phase, it's going to be pretty tough for Rev to quickly get these tier 1 towers down. Maybe he'll chip it away with liquid fire, but he won't get creeps on it.
That's what makes Jakiro so good, is that you can be a non-committal hero that just attacks things from afar, grab a tower over time. Always have to force somebody over. But Pillor's different. He's not really a space creator. There is something scary though for me on LGD side. Is like, how do you really set up fights? You have to. Their initiation and their disable is a little bit weird for me. When Immortals grabs things like BKBs, like the game becomes 10 times harder.
Yeah.
And MP gonna find.
Silence up, coiled as well, stunned by Dubu. Easily
huge kill.
brought down by Immortals.
Yeah. And that Ember's had such a rough time of it, and they're hitting a tier 2 with like an OD.
Yeah, and
It's working though?
It's working. I mean, nobody wants to make that rotation really now.
Cap, they need to rotate.
Where's our Underlord?
Underdog has to be up there.
Where's our Underlord standing in front of the tower that we talked about? Looks like Yao and maybe are going to be able to find a quick pick up here on
Retreat.
Dubu. And now, see if they can catch a little bit more, especially with the Underlord Ubering in. MP, he's going to be able to TP out. Looks like everyone's going to be able to get away except for maybe Febby.
Dude, Febby is so dead. I've
Not sure if the arrow scouted him out.
seen
Wait, he's
anyone
gonna be
more
located
dead?
out? But why though?
But why?
But why though? I mean, if they can charge and bring somebody back, that's still terrible.
Dude, that's a crazy idea. Don't suggest that.
All right,
Febby,
Febby,
don't listen to him. Just die.
You bought 13 seconds of time
That's not insignificant. Like, that's still time.
in exchange for a 90-second cooldown.
Yeah, but whatever, man. Cooldowns are meant to be used. Oh,
OD. He's going to be found. Silence.
Midas something before you die. You're
Yeah,
100% dead.
Just turn.
Midas.
Just turn. Oh, he thinks he can live.
You fool.
He's wrong.
That was a big creep.
Grant's real disappointed in you, QO.
Everyone is.
You're being brought into this NA region. You need to start playing like an NA player.
You need to start. The Midas is at imperative. Think about the amount of gold. I've done the math, Cap. He's losing a lot of gold.
Wow, that is some striking math there. Maybe nails the arrow on top of the pit. FY
Oh, they're just getting
sets
run over.
up an easy kill for them underneath the tier 1 tower too. So LGD with his Mask of Madness on a Marana. You want to handle that one, Blitz? You down?
Somebody else suggested this build to me recently, and on paper, it kind of sounds okay. Like, Mask of Madness as an item is just really nice. It's low-cost mana. It allows you to farm Ancients, which, wow, look at what he's doing. He's hitting Ancients. Because that's Marana's problem is that, yeah, you have Flash Farm, but your mana pool really sucks, and your mana regen's really mediocre. So you don't want to have to Starfall every single creep wave.
Right.
Being able to use just like 25 mana Mask of Madness, hit creeps, really nice.
So this right-click build from Marana that doesn't go the Aghanims. That was the thing, right? Aghanims have to solve a lot of your farming issues.
Exactly. You could just double. You walk in, you just like commit a single Starfall, and you grab a creep. But what this Mask of Madness does is, even if the problem that this hero used to suffer for is like if there's a lull in the game, like you can't really farm neutrals very effectively. But with the Mask of Madness, you can farm Ancients, and that's such a huge boon to heroes like Marana.
Now, it seems to me that if he just got mana regen, he'd still be able to do neutrals okay.
Yeah,
but
maybe
he wouldn't do Ancients, and his Ancients just way more important.
I think Ancients are MP.
MP silence up to start this fight. That's a great setup. Godlike maybe already. Doesn't have the arrow, but he may still be able to chase down some heroes. Yao. He's going to wait for it. Uses the Void on the OD. The relocate does manage to save him, so it looks like this is just going to be a wisp kill on top of that.
I don't know why that looks so funny. It's like Debbie was facing that direction, and then he just like looks the other way, books it. This is not happening.
Maybe Dubu's charge.
Yeah, Dubu when he's just like, all right, guys.
Thought about it for a second. Charge on the Ember Spirit. Get him. Bash him 5 times in a row.
You think he's gonna take 5?
Oh, they bring in all of them. They are now 5-man bottom right next to a tier 2 tower with the kill on Dubu potentially. Yep, Ame is able to pick that one up before he gets to the shrine. So LGD going to transition this into a fast push.
He's like, my squad rolls deep. Everyone comes for that one. Like, what the hell? That is like the most surprising death. Just 5-man. But they're going to grab a tier 2 for it, so well worth it.
And this is the magic of the Underlord, right? This
yeah, now for so this is what a game looks like when it's gone wrong, when you just have heroes that are trying to push out. Oh, that was a really nice TP. He's going to live for that with like 15 health. But what you have to do is you got to push in the lanes.
They're forcing this fight as Immortals in this bottom lane because they saw 2 mid.
Oh,
but they almost lose this fight almost right away. The Winter's Curse goes out. Dubu charges through 3 of them, really disrupting things and not allowing them to be able to set up on MP as the Winter's Curse ends. So now it's just an issue of escaping for Immortals. They're still not escaping though. Femi's gonna die as the Night Stalker comes into things. Guys, it's night time. This guy moves fast. Dubu's gonna charge through a bunch of the QO is gonna be able to find a kill, looks like, on the Winter Wyvern. Sets up for more. FY next target and does not have an escape mechanism out of this one. Dubu's fighting
the kill maybe,
but he is gonna be able to go down. Yao, he's out of mana, not gonna be able to fly things away. MP's able to catch him as well. Immortal to right to take this fight, it seems. FY trying to make a loop-de-loop, juke through the trees. Wait, what? Immortals? Immortals?
What?
Test?
Okay, they just chilled there, I guess.
There's no way he makes it out, though.
Okay, here's the relocate.
Right. But Ame's
Ember's
here. He can definitely fight this one, maybe. No, he probably doesn't have spirits.
Good silence. He doesn't have a TP. Alright, he's ultra dead. Like, that was a really cute attempt.
Yeah.
But he's ultimately gonna go down. Okay, that took a lot longer than expected.
Oh man, yeah, spirits gonna commit on the puck, or
No.
excuse me,
Don't listen to Austin. It's not a worthy trade. Ame's had a really rough game. Like, he is trying to recover right now. He can't afford any of these stats. Like, he's been forced into a position where he has to get a BKB. Like, you almost never want this hero to go first item BKB. And on top of that, you lost maybe. I don't know, dude. Immortals just like drags you into this like weird zone of Dota that you don't really want to go into. But I guess you kind of have to. Like, I thought for sure LGD was going to womp that fight.
Yeah, with the way it started, they lost Jakiro mid, and so Immortals are like, all right, they're separated. 3 bottom, let's go on them. And then they almost immediately died on the 2 heroes that went in, the Puck and the Wisp. And then it all turned out okay.
Jakiro didn't die, by the way. He had like 15 health, and he got out, and he healed, and then he immediately ran bottom. It was Febby that they lost. Yeah. Notice, by the way, Mask of Madness hit the neutrals, or especially the Ancients.
So are neutrals just that much more efficient than hitting regular creeps?
No, not at all. But it's so if you can in an ideal world, you can always just shove out the lane. But with Mirana, she's not like a Storm or an Ember Spirit where she gets to get in and out really easily. Like, you can chase after this hero quite decently, and so the ability to hit Ancients is a lot more safe on this hero. Like, you need to find this weird balance because shoving out lanes at some point against relocate plus charge is really hard without something like a Manta or Link.
Breb does have Dubu charging in, but unless they're going to relocate in, they are going to fight this one out. Ame is going to have to try and dodge a lot with the Sleight of Fist. Great winners. Curse turnaround. He's going to allow Ame. No, MP's here to be able to stop that one. Doesn't get the coil onto Yao, so Yao might be able to escape until the Ice Pass holds him in place, and the Moonlight Shadow is wearing out. Immortals spreading themselves around, looking for it. TP away. MP going to get the burst damage. Real quickly, you see him, but he doesn't have the nose. Oh, he had the silence, and the orb was coming up. Doesn't get out, though. Yao was able to make his way away from that team fight. Another nasty one. Every single one of these relocate fights, man.
Still not bad. They did get a kill onto the Ember Spirit in exchange for their 2 supports.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're too sad about that, because this Ember, he's committed to this build that doesn't allow him to flash farm, that doesn't give him really any damage. Like, at this point, you're all in relying on this Mirana. And we talked about it earlier, too. Like, even though LGD were winning at all times, their fight start, like, their initiation is a little bit odd.
All right, this time there's no relocate, so this pickoff on Forev should be good. Right, we'll see.
Okay,
the
yeah,
silence, yeah, there's no tier 2 for anybody to TP in, so.
Look at the lines drawn, though. They're like, guys, just shove in the lanes. See who comes back.
Push mid, push top. They're going to be fractured for sure.
Oh, if they could grab maybe here, that would be a massive kill. But they don't have any vision from behind, so they don't know. And so they're a little bit more hesitant. And they're trying to set up wards first. Like, use the smoke for dual purpose.
And Immortals know exactly what's going on. They're like, guys, they're in our jungle right now. Let's go ahead and invade. They're going to try and sandwich in real quickly. Yao managed to find the backline hero in the Wisp. Now, Dubu is going to be offered a charge opportunity for that one. OD immediately blows up. Managed to get the Night Stalker, looking for more here. Zame's completely out of mana, going to be stuck up by Dubu's ultimate as well. QO turns, fighting up with FY, not going to be able to make it out of here alive though. Dubu has a charge out, needs to find a charge opportunity, not going to be able to make it out on time though. Winter Wyvern, the Splinter Blast managed to bring him down. Great fight for LGD, amazing read by them. Taking that fight against Immortals straight into the heart of that jungle.
Yeah, that was such a smart read. They're like, okay guys, they're not in their own jungle anymore, they're not shoving out lanes. They can only be in 2 spots, and large part of that is that Yao finds Febby immediately. And if he doesn't do that, then Febby can just keep this OD alive indefinitely. But by being able to kill him off the top, this OD doesn't live very long. You saw the Mirana in the backline. She was able to hold behind her Pit Lord, spamming things out. That's up the top, Febby.
Charge
a little
to
bit
maybe.
low.
He's already thrown his leap, so they think they can burst him down. But Winter's Curse is there. Oh no, it's laid right onto the MP. He's going to take a good amount of damage. So less than I expected. FY turns and fights. He's the big tanky guy. He doesn't give a damn about
really
Dubu.
need
He's
to
just
kill
right
maybe.
click him down. They're still trying to kill maybe, but they just can't do it. Missing the Ice Path onto him. Throws the Macropire. That misses too. Maybe's in it now. He sees the opportunity to get some kills, but Maeve just ripping a rebuffed. Now the OD is here, but he's silenced up. He can't get the damage on it, Maybe. He's not going to be able to get that kill. He taunts them into fighting. Immortals always going to fight if they see the opportunity to do so, and this time it bites them right in the ass, losing all 5 heroes for nothing.
Wow, maybe played that fight so well. LGD, they understand the meta now against Immortals. They're like, guys, Immortals is always 5 together. We have to do the same if we're going to stand any chance of beating them. They're well prepared for that one. 7k gold lead now, 11 to 28. They're getting more than a kill a minute right now on LGD. As we saw how the fight starts, the arrow connects onto Febby, and it's only 2 supports hitting him and a Wisp.
It does no damage whatsoever.
Yes, but it was able to set up the fight. They were all very clumped together. Their Wisp not in an ideal position. LGD grabbing another kill as we saw when we swap back into the game. They're going to go high ground for this leap attack speed popped.
Plus Mask of Madness, they do a lot of damage very quickly. Glyph is going to be able to buy them some time. Are they going to commit for this tier 3? Because Immortals are definitely going to be fighting this one. That's why they're going to throw the Underlord Ultimate, see if they can escape after the tier 3 and bring everybody around the Winter's Curse. Oh, the 4-staff attempt. Trying to bring them out of that one. Great Winter's Curse setup, though, onto the puck. Actually managed to get him killed. Now, obviously, he has nowhere to run to, so he's dead, but a great trade for LGD. They almost brought down the tier 3. Unfortunately, not able to do quite enough, but so close to doing it, and they traded the Winter Wyvern for a puck.
Yeah, and last game we mentioned how if you try to go for those high ground pushes, oftentimes you're going to lose heroes on the back of that. But because of this Paylord, you don't really sacrifice anything. You're just essentially trading like your cooldown so that everyone can get out. And Forev going to get sandwiched up here.
They keep on finding Forev.
Atos.
Combination of aggressive vision and Atos Underlord. I love this build.
Yeah, and you notice that maybe has continued to just scale into this game.
Yeah.
That Mask of Madness, whenever there's a lull in action and he couldn't fight, just farmed up Ancients. We're seeing that pay off here as Ame doesn't really need to do anything here. As the Mirana doing a lot of heavy lifting right now, as is Yao. Like the entire LGD squad playing very well right now.
Bring down a Roshan. So 12 to 31, LGD up by almost 8,000 gold, and Roshan will go up to around almost 10k. Items galore flowing in, and Immortals just seem to, they can't stop the bleeding. Dubu's going to be slowed down here by Yao, trying to set up Mornish to get the charge away to the bottom lane, but LGD are just going to keep on running forward, seeing if they can catch anybody. QO is able to get away with the Force Staff, though, and the heroes at bottom quickly running to the right-hand side of the map into the trees.
Yeah, and QO barely behind maybe in farm, but if you just look at what his net worth is tied up into, like this is a Midas, he has drums,
That's
like
awkward.
he needs a BKB more than anything.
Yeah.
The rest of his items are okay, but they don't help out too much against the Sphere. And this is probably a dead OD.
100% right.
They have double Force Staff. They could save him.
Okay.
They really want to hard commit for this.
We'll see if they can get him out of here. So LGD had that nice little Moonlight Shadow wraparound. What's different between LGD and Game 1 and Game 2? You said, okay, they understand the meta now against Immortals specifically. They're always 5-manning. What are they doing to take advantage of the fact that they're 5-manning? Like, for example, how do they keep finding this pickoff on Forev that turns into a 4 versus 5?
Well, the important thing was at the start their laning phase went so well, and this time they gave their supports more of a purpose. Like in last game, it felt like Yao and QQQ couldn't do anything. Like they were running around, they were getting initiated on every time. Remember that one play that exemplified all that was when they went for that wisp up at top, and they grabbed nothing, and they got raxed almost. But in this game, like their supports are able to have purpose in this game. Like they can go around the map and do stuff. They get to kind of have a game, so to speak.
So Night Stalker did his thing, you know,
Yeah.
going mid,
And so
etc. What was Wyvern's job in this game?
Wyvern's job, like they just played the safe lane tri lane, and he sat really far back. So anytime you just get this aggression, everyone runs away.
Staff 1, Force Staff
Number
2,
two.
into the tier 3, and Pit only going to be able to snag Forev here and miss out on the arrows. So LGD not able to get a pick off that they're hoping for, but will probably be able to get this tier 2 bottom lane. Ame starts going on MP now. There is still Dubu in the trees here, so this is why MP is going to try and fight this one. They have to relocate as well. They're going to force a BKB use by Ame, but Ame could slow them down if the rest of LGD can actually just get here. He's already rooted up one, managed to get the Rod of Atos. Jump over to his orb, but MP's not going to make it far. Ame hot on his tail here. Jumps to the trees, TP's out. Ame is unable to find him for the second set of chains.
Yeah, BKB extended too. Still not bad at all for LGD. There was always the concern that maybe has to be that solo damage dealer, but I mean, he's doing it in spades right now. Like the positioning and the fights are too good.
Yeah. But eventually Ame does have to start taking some of that lead as
He
the
does.
OD gets bigger.
He can only do so much in a game like this.
Right.
Like that's why, even though there's a 10k lead on the side of LGD, there's like some trepidation in my voice. It's not that I favor one team or another, but it's more just lineup-wise. You want to continue to snowball, and you want to start taking racks pretty soon if you're LGD.
So
That, of course, is a bit more complicated.
Can you give me numbers behind that? Like, with a 10k gold lead in this lineup where LGD are at,
Still
like, what do
feels
you
fine.
give their chances to win this game?
Probably like 80%.
Okay.
There are a lot of different lineups for like I'd say it was 100, but I feel really comfortable giving this a solid 80 as Arrow barely whiffs.
So LGD definitely very good control of this game, but there is that chance. for Immortals to make the comeback, especially in one of the hardest parts of the game, which is pushing high ground for LGD.
Yeah. But the cool thing about this lineup, we talked about it ad nauseum, is Pit Lord. He's always going to just give you that get out of jail free card. He has 2,000 health and a hood. You're not going to die.
So, in that case, I pose to you, how do you deal with a Pit Lord team that's sieging high ground?
You got to shove in the lanes.
Okay.
That
Just
lineup-
never give them that opportunity?
Yeah, you just got to shove in the lanes at all times. That's
Okay.
the benefit of having Puck plus a Wisp, is that these heroes will just let you shove in lanes non-stop. For free. Like, MP has to play a little bit careful, but with the Yule Scepter now, it's a little bit harder to kill him. Oh. That's
amazing.
damage.
Showing the power of the Mask of Madness. It's going to run into yes,
Immortals have this really annoying lineup that they can hold high ground with. Like Puck plus Jakiro, they just... The Dragon Brothers.
they just throw spam spells down into the low ground.
Yeah.
But no, not the time to do it. They need a better pickoff than just a Spirit Breaker, right?
I
Need
don't
something
know. They have
real
Aegis.
hard and concrete.
I kind of wanted them to go for it.
Well, they're going to control the lanes for now. We still have a little bit more time on the Aegis. And you said that's one of the most important things, right? Use the Aegis to control the map first before pushing the high ground.
Yeah. I think it's really bad when you just grab an Aegis, unless you're like 40k ahead and you're just like AFK to base. For the most part, when games are close, use the first Aegis, get as much map control, grab all the tier 1 towers, grab all the tier 2 towers, and fan out.
You can see that right here.
But they are really far ahead.
They've pushed in both mid and bottom, going through top lane and already brought down the tier 3. Leap forward by Maybe. He's going to go for this. Jakiro is unable to finish him off, though, as he's disappeared by the OD. Great Winner's Curse going to do a lot of damage. Now the OD followed up on, gets off the BKB, though, and all that magic damage is for naught. LGD are still going to try and chase down some heroes, but again, another save from QO. Keeps on imprisoning up Ferev right as he's about to go down, while MP is trying to deal with the rest of them, but had to jump back to his orb. It is still LGD, even if they didn't get a big kill out of that engagement, are still more than tanky enough to be able to take at least the melee racks here, potentially range racks as well, as the OD no longer has that BKB to protect himself, so he has no defense anymore. Aegis goes down. And Maybe right next to the tier 4s comes back for a second life. I love the fact that LGD as a crew backed up to Maybe to try and protect him here. Moonlight Shadow, though, goes off. They're still trying to find this one. Finally, he does manage to get off the ultimate, but here comes the ultimate from FY. Hoping to be able to carry everyone to safety. Also getting a kill on Dubu on their way out. LGD still losing nobody for that full lane of racks.
And they use the buyback and the OD. They got a casual kill on Dubu at the end, too. It was like, screw you. That's always what I think of when, like, you're getting ulted out like that.
All right,
Okay, they're just straight up like, okay, guys, this game's over. No longer wasting any time on this. We talked, if you don't get kills on the retreat, then that's how you know you're really far ahead. Like, you have to get some kills.
So,
on their retreat out.
was there really no, like, strong tactical play to beating out that 5-man push in from the floor? Once you lost your lanes, which LGD were quick to do with the Aegis, they pushed in mid and bottom lane. You don't think there's really something they could do to be able to stop that kind of 5-man push?
I don't know. The
with
game is
their
really
lineup.
complicated.
Yeah.
They set up fights probably a little bit more sloppily than they should have. Like, that top engagement was the game cincher for LGD when they took that initial one where they went back into their jungle.
They lost 5 for nothing.
Yeah. It did look promising for a second when that bottom fight went so well in favor of Immortals, but they were